How to stop toddlers and children from biting other toddlers and children, or you. My name is Ruth, I'm a health visitor. Let's get into it. Now, I just want to let you know, biting feels worse. I appreciate that. From a parent's point of view, it feels like it can do more damage. Therefore, we feel the reaction should be worse, or the punishment should be, more cross, or there should be more consequences for the action, when actually I want you to try and view it similarly to hitting, pushing, snatching. It's a behaviour that they've done when they're frustrated. They lack impulse control until 7 years old, which means if they have this impulse, they follow through with it without thinking about the consequences. So these are my hints and tips on how to stop biting. I have supported a lot of people with stopping biting. I have a behaviour guide. The link is in my bio. It's £5. It gives you scripts on how to handle all of those behaviours. Please take a look, but let's talk about biting. First things first, they've bitten. We're going to remove that child from the situation immediately. If they're playing with a toy, leave the toy there. They don't get to bring that with them. We're not going to isolate them. We're going to stay calm, cool, collected. We're going to remove them from the situation. If there is a parent there, you can say, I'm so sorry, I'm just going to go deal with my child. I'll come and check if your child's okay with you in a minute. Go and deal with your child. Now, they may tantrum. They're allowed to tantrum. They're pissed off you've moved them out of the way. They're allowed to tantrum. That's fine. Deal with the tantrum. There's no point disciplining them or educating them when they're emotionally dysregulated. They're not going to learn a thing when they're in that dysregulated state. We've moved them away. That's the short, sharp consequence and reaction to the incident. And now, when they've come out the other side of the tantrum, this is what we're going to do. We're going to label the emotion that we saw. I could see you were really cross. Or keep it short. We don't need to be waffling. I can see you wanted that toy. I can see that you were sad. Whatever the emotion is, we're teaching them to recognise how they're feeling. Even if they're young here, start doing it. But I am not going to let you bite. We need to be a little bit stern here. We're not shouting. We're not flipping consequences out. We're not, you shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. You felt like this, you shouldn't have bitten. I am going to protect the other child. Then the consequence is they don't go back and play with that child. We try again tomorrow. No, we're not going over there with that child with what that child's playing with. Stay calm. That is where we are going to teach them. You behave like this. This is what happens immediately. We expect children to be emotionally regulated when most of us cannot regulate our emotions, and it's developmentally expected for them. You are there to educate and discipline and role model why those behaviours are wrong, how to behave in future. I taught my children that instead of hitting or pushing, they shout help, and I come immediately over and they then say to me what the problem is there. Teach them, next time shout help and I will come. Or if your child is a biter, be present. It's hard, but be present to react immediately, if possible, prevent. You've got this, have a look at my guide, and calmness is your superpower. It is always your superpower. It's going to take consistency. It is going to take boundaries and routine. It's a marathon here, guys, not a sprint. Things like the naughty step, they do work initially. You will not see it working in the long run. Those types of things do not, in my opinion, fix these behaviours. All you do is isolate your child with those feelings themselves. They don't learn how to handle them themselves. Take a look at my guide.